We are told that to shape our destiny, we must be loud. Strive, hustle, shout our ambitions from the rooftops. But what if all that noise is not the path, but the prison? What if the greatest secret to creating the life you truly want is not found in what you do, but in the silence before you begin? Today, I want to take you on a visual meditation into that sacred silence, not as an escape, but as the womb of creation, the place where inspiration descends, where your courage is born, and where your destiny begins to take shape. Silence is not passive. It is not merely the absence of sound. It is a presence, a muse waiting to speak. When we quiet the chatter of perfectionism, when we soften the noise of our own inner critic, something extraordinary happens. A whisper arrives. The muse rarely shouts. She does not bang on your door. She comes like a feather landing on your shoulder. She comes when you make space, when you stop chasing and start opening. Destiny begins here, in the patience to hear what is already waiting for you in silence. Picture this, a painter's studio at dawn. Light filters through the window, dust floating in the air like golden confetti. The canvas is blank, almost intimidating. The artist does not rush. They breathe. They wait. They open themselves to silence, and in that opening, inspiration descends. The same is true for you. Your life is your canvas, and the brush you hold is your attention. What you attend to, you create. The courage to create is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move anyway, guided by something greater than yourself. Here, in the sanctuary of silence, creative courage is born. But silence is not always gentle. Sometimes, when we enter it, we hear the loudest voices. You're not good enough. It won't be perfect. Who are you to create? This is the battlefield of perfectionism. Your hand trembles, your heart doubts, your critic hisses. And yet, this is the moment where destiny is shaped, not in the absence of fear, but in your decision to take the brush, dip it in paint, and make the first imperfect, trembling mark. Because here is the secret. The muse does not demand perfection. She asks for authenticity. Now imagine the scene unfolding. The brush touches the canvas. The first line is crooked. The first word is messy. The first step in the dance is uncertain. And yet, as you keep moving, something shifts. The silence begins to flow into sound, into movement, into color. It is as though silence itself is painting through you, writing through you, moving through you. What was once intimidating becomes liberating. What was once blank becomes alive. And in that transformation, you are no longer just making art, you are being made by art. And then it happens. The work is born. Perhaps it is not perfect. Perhaps it is scarred, messy, raw. But look at what has been made. Not with the eyes of a judge, but with the eyes of a lover. This is not a product. This is a prayer. Not a transaction, but a transformation. This is the echo of your soul made visible. When you gaze upon your creation, you are gazing upon yourself, your courage, your truth, your willingness to be seen. Destiny is not something that happens to you. It is something you co-create with the divine. Every choice, every brushstroke, every note sung, every silence embraced, it all shapes who you are becoming. Your life is your greatest masterpiece, and silence is the canvas on which it is painted. So what do we take from this? What creed do we carry into our own lives? Your art is not what you do. It is who you are in this moment. The purpose of art is not to be understood, but to make you feel understood. Perfectionism is a prison. Authenticity is freedom. Inspiration is not hunted, it is welcomed. Silence is not empty, it is the womb of destiny. May you have the courage to create, not because it will be perfect, but because it will be true. May you trust the whisper of the muse, even when the critic shouts. May you see your own scars as brushstrokes, your own struggles as colors, your own silence as sacred. And may you remember, your life itself is your masterpiece. Every moment a canvas, every breath a brushstroke. And silence? Silence is where it all begins. The secret to shaping your destiny is not in endless striving, not in the noise of achievement, but in the quiet courage to listen. Silence is not withdrawal, it is communion. It is where you meet the muse. It is where authenticity overcomes perfectionism. It is where art becomes a bridge to the divine. Destiny is not something waiting for you at the end of your life. It is something you are painting, word by word, choice by choice, in every sacred silence you dare to enter. So I leave you with this invitation. Tonight, when the world quiets, turn off the noise. Sit with the silence. Do not rush to fill it. Do not run from it. Simply listen. Listen for the whisper. And when it comes, pick up your brush, your pen, your voice, your body, and create. Because your destiny is waiting, not in the noise, but in the silence.